Hey guys, what's up? It's Grobot again. Today I want to talk about my life philosophy and how to get it all figured out, and the way just how to beat the game of life, basically. And I don't mean the game of life for like the board game where you spin the thing in the middle and drive your car around the track, and not that game. Like the actual, like the big picture game of life. You know, like it's all there. And my philosophy on how to beat the game of life is by not being a dumbass. Because if you're being a dumbass, you're going to get your ass kicked. It's just the way it works. And sorry, I thought I saw my mom. If you're being a dumbass, you're going to get your ass kicked, and that's the way it works. So, what I mean by that, I don't mean that in the sense of like, where you have to be really good in school and get straight A's and stuff like that. Not that sense of not being a dumbass. Like, I suppose if there are people who think they can totally, you know, make $1 million dropping out of high school and working at McDonald's, do that, because if you can do that, high school sucks. Get it over with. I mean, but that's probably not going to happen. But like, people also, it's so easy to get too cocky about that. Like this kid in my high school who just got kicked out for dealing drugs, and I'm unassociated. He just got kicked out for, he's dealing marijuana, and he was getting really good at it. And he's like making a lot of money off of it, but he started to be a dumbass, and he started to, you know, not be as discreet about it and stuff like that. And if you're not being discreet about it, that's being a dumbass. I've said dumbass so many times. Fuck. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. He started to just let it go and started dealing to kids who weren't really as trustworthy and doing it in front of teachers, and, you know, so he got kicked out. And now he's not going to college, and he's gonna end up being a fuck-up, even though he's probably the smartest kid I know. And on the other hand, there's this other kid in my school who deals drugs, and he's really careful about it, and he hasn't gotten kicked out. And he's not even close to getting kicked out, because he's the man. His name is Anthony, and he's, like, making bank. And, I mean, on a similar note, like, that's what all this, like, Darwinism stuff comes down to. Like, back in the day, at the missing link of our evolution and stuff like that, there were two parts of humanity. There was the us humans, and then there's the more chimp-like humans, and the other guys were just dumbasses, and they didn't have as big a brain, but they had more brawn. They all got their asses kicked by lions, or whatever the hell, and we survived, because we weren't being dumbasses. It's so simple. And this is just developing problems in society today, because there are so many dumbasses who are getting away with the stupidest shit. And, I mean, we have things like handrails and seatbelts and all this stuff that keeps these people alive when they should die. It sounds terrible, but oh my gosh. Like, I heard about this guy who was he's being chased by the cops because he tried to steal a car. And he goes to the highway and he tries to pick up a ride so he can get away from the cops. And he gets picked up by a cop car and doesn't realize until he's sitting in the back seat. He's a dumbass, and I hope he gets his ass raped in prison, because he deserves that. I'm sorry, it sounds bad, but like, my gosh. And medicine, medicine completely destroys survival of the fittest. If we didn't have medicine, then the people who weren't supposed to be alive would die off, and we wouldn't have to deal with them, and the entire human race would move forth. But now we're all just going to be sitting here in our half smart and half retarded state that we are, with lawyers everywhere. And this is not a good situation. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't be a dumbass, and I don't want to say don't wear a seatbelt. You should probably wear a seatbelt, but you get the idea. You know, take it easy. If you're fit and you're gonna survive, do it on your own. Yeah. All right. Like this video, favorite, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. I'm Grobot. I'll see you later.